So hey, my name is Ty Boyd. I'm a member of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee. I come from the Blue Clan of the Cherokee. And so here we are at Kituwah, which is our mother town. So this is where we were placed. This is where our first community started. And the Cherokee were the native inhabitants of this part of the southeast of the United States. And so having the opportunity to be out here in the same fields that my ancestors were able to farm, it's a really special gift. So happy to be out here and be involved in agriculture. So here we've got potatoes, and the way we plant these in the spring is to actually cut them in half. And then we go through here and make a hole or make a ditch all the way through, and we plant the potatoes every foot apart, about that far apart. And so then throughout the year, that will start making roots into the soil. It'll send up a plant on top that creates a bush, and then we come through and fertilize and give it food throughout the year. So then at the end of the year, once the top of it has quit growing because it's got cold in the wintertime and that dies down, then we come through here and cut that off the top, come back through the same place that we planted them earlier and dig all the potatoes up. So then they'll come up in big bunches all the way through the field, and then we come through and pick those potatoes up and get them ready to sell. So hey kids, so what we're doing here is we are grading the potatoes that we picked out of the field now. So we'll go through, because some of them may have some extra dirt on them or may have a cut on them. And so then at that point we put the good ones in one pile, and then we take the ones that may have a cut on them and we put them in another pile. They're still really good potatoes to eat. You just have to cut and carve around the bad spots. And then we put the ones that are really good, and those are the ones that we offer to the community.
So right now we're harvesting for Thanksgiving, and we're picking 3 different kinds of greens: collards, curly mustard, Florida broadleaf. We grow a number of different produce crops down here, including tomatoes, potatoes, pumpkins, sweet corn, and blueberries. So this is curly mustard. It's a vegetable. It's typically a spring and fall wintry green. It's really nutrient rich. It's very valuable. Our community really enjoys it, and so that's why we're out here today. But you can see where it gets its name from. The mustardy taste makes it a little bit more spicy, but once it gets a frost, it gets sweet, and then cooked down with, a lot of people use a hog product, it becomes really, really rich in taste. We don't grow mustard greens on a large scale. We may in the future, but right now we create a bed and we fertilize it. And normally we keep it weed free, but we neglected it a little bit this year. And then we either transplant from a living plant into the ground, or we do it by seed, and we just scatter it over the bed and then send it out as we need to. Greens are really easy to grow. You can grow them anywhere in your backyard or in a planter on the porch. And all you need is soil, water, light, and seed.
My name is Mike Crowe. I'm an enrolled member in the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. And the place where we are now, this is our mother town of Kituwah. This is the first town for our people. So we consider it like our mother town, like I said. And this is a place where the first fire for our people was right out on the top of that mound there. It was originally a lot taller, almost 80 feet tall. And it had a ramp off of the eastern side that went down to the water. But that fire, the first fire was given at the top of Kauai, which is we call the mulberry place. And then it was brought here and it was kept here until the removal happened in 1838, and then it was carried out to Oklahoma and Tahlequah, where the present-day entities are the Cherokee Nation and also the United Kituwah Band. But this is the precedence of this place for our people can't be understated. And this was also always an agricultural area here. We've always been agricultural people, at least since the archaic era, about 8,000 or 9,000 years from an archaeological standpoint. That's what they would probably agree upon. But any square inch of ground where you would perform a shovel test out in this area, you can, if you dig far enough beneath the soil, you can trace it back to the Paleo. Heavily agreed upon in academic circles would be about 14,000 years of constant occupation here for our people in this area. But this is the original town where our people came from. So we're very unique in as far as modern indigenous communities are concerned. Unfortunately, we're still in our ancestral homeland, when many modern communities, if they're still in existence at this point, are severely displaced due to the Indian Removal Act in the 19th century. I feel very fortunate to still be working in this manner. Our people have always been agricultural people. We've always raised originally the three sisters we call corn, beans, and squash. Those were staples in our diet, but there are also many wild greens and mushrooms that were always part of our diet, and as well as a lot of the other fauna, or excuse me, the flora as well. Our agricultural practices and our farming was all communal, so everyone took part in it, and basically if you didn't work, then you didn't eat. So it's very important. The farming is, the agriculture is a way to sustain ourselves, but it's also about community, a sense of community at the core.